Rust, 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 rust. This video is about rust. Alright guys, so as you can tell from the intro, this video is about rust. I know it doesn't sound super interesting, but it will be, because we're going to do an experiment. We're going to actually make something rust, which is steel or iron. So what is rust? You guys probably already know, but rust occurs when like iron or steel or any of the other alloys in those metals come in contact with oxygen and water, so it causes rust. And rust it's basically the metal corroding. So why is that a big deal? Because this can happen. So maybe not quite that bad, but it is possible that a bridge could fall down, over time, obviously, like apocalypse type stuff, like so much corrosion, rust occurring, that the bridge just breaks down, like falls apart just because there's so much rust. And basically over time, it's not an immediate thing that is bad about rust, because rust can occur, with things that don't have protective coatings on them, like chain link fences. They're galvanized, so they have, they're protected from that, from weathering and oxygen in the water mixing, or not mixing, but coming in contact with the iron or steel or whatever it may be, causing rust. So like things like that, galvanized, it prevents that. But when there isn't, it can immediately rust, but it's only over a long period of time, where like a lot of the structural integrity could be compromised, because that rust will slowly corrode through even the thickest of metals. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's show the actual experiment. Alright guys, so we're out in the backyard. This is the piece of metal that we're going to be using. It's my name cut out in metal, like it's this is steel, and so this is going to be the piece of metal that we're going to rust. And so hopefully it looks cool afterwards. You'll see it immediately, like it'll start rusting immediately. So let's do it. Let's rust this bad boy. Alright, so we got it in this little Tupperware, plastic Tupperware container, and this is our chemicals that we're going to be spraying onto it. I'm not going to tell you, because it really doesn't matter what you use. I mean, it's just basically, like I said, water and mixture of oxygen. It's just a mixture of oxygen and water, basically, that causes the rust. So I'm not going to tell you any of the other chemicals that speed it up, because it really doesn't matter. So you'll figure it out, maybe, if you really want to rust some stuff. Okay, let's do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, got quite a bit on there. You're gonna start to see it fizz. See it starting to turn brown. That's the reaction. So basically it's oxygen and water and mixing with the iron, corroding. So it's pretty interesting. Alright, so let's check this out. We let it sit for, 30 seconds. It was a very quick reaction. It happens quickly, especially with the chemicals that we used in here. It makes the reaction go very quickly. You know, this will occur, like say I left this out in the rain, it probably would rust, but it takes a little bit of time, and you know, it takes more than just a couple seconds. You know, like with this went really quick, and that's kind of our final product there. Like we said earlier, or like I said earlier, if rust like occurs over time, it can cause like structural damage, and because it is corrosion, basically rust is corrosion, so it can cause a lot of damage. Don't want to be in a building with lots of rust on it, like just because it might fall over, you know, like you don't want to be in that. With the Golden Gate Bridge, I know that they've had to, you know, put different materials on it, like paints and things, so that doesn't happen to the iron and steel that's on that the bridge is made out of. And so, you know, they have to, you know, coat it with different things so that doesn't happen, because, you know, it's been in San Francisco a very long time, and, you know, they've repaired it a lot of different times, so that, you know, it's structurally sound. But I think the major one of the major weathering issues for that would be rust, because it can cause, you know, damage and corrosion to the bridge. And so that's just one example, but that's a little example. We did our little experiment, and that's what happens, you know. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.